First off, I want to thank you all for coming today. I love that we've all gathered together in this only way that we can right now. I'm so glad to be in community with all of you. I'm really grateful to have you all as the extended family for Wheaton Montessori School. I know that you join me in being really proud of how well our students and teachers have done these last few months and everything they've adapted to and been nimble with. So I just want to start that off with all of our honorees, our freshmen, our sixth graders, our kindergartners, but the whole school has really stepped up and done a phenomenal job of meeting the challenges and creatively solving the problems and issues so that we can all connect and be together and remain a tight-knit community. So thank you for that. I am so proud and grateful to all of you. So thank you. Recently, I read a quote that I felt like was perfect for today in many ways. It made me think of our students, and it made me think of this current time, even though it wasn't meant for today's situation. It's Karita Kent, who said, "This new life is a world of people creating a new spring. How we live will make a difference. You can bring the spring." So far, the crocuses have always come up. And I'll extend that sentiment just a little bit further because our freshman graduate today is Iris. So our spring has progressed just that little bit more to include our irises are in bloom. And what better time of year to honor a wonderful person named Iris than today. So Iris, you are in bloom, but I've never known you not to be in bloom. This year we honor you, Iris Swanberg, and the end of your freshman year and so many years with us. And we love that you always bring the spring. Your leadership is felt throughout the school, all the way down to our youngest students who admire you and look for you and listen for you because of your leadership and guidance with Lego League. We will always look forward to each visit you make here with your forever family. Thanks for bringing the spring, Iris. I'll turn it over to Kelly Janellis.
Hi there. My name is Kelly, and I'm one of the guides in the adolescent community. I wanted to say a few words about this school year as it comes to a close. And at first I had a hard time thinking of what to say. The challenges we're facing in dealing with this pandemic are at the forefront of my mind. But after thinking for a bit, I was reminded that we spent much more of this year together than we have apart. I'm sad for the way that it must end, but at the same time, I'm thankful for all of the time that we had together. The more I thought back on this school year, the more memories came to me about Iris. She has been managing her remote learning like a champ, but when I remembered all of the ways in which she led and strengthened our community throughout this year, I felt uplifted. From managing Lego League to planning outings for physical expression, from sharing recipes that she knows by heart to delivering academic lessons, from encouraging and lifting up her peers both emotionally and academically, to standing up for what she knew was right, even if it meant navigating conflict. Iris's incredible personality, creativity, and kindness helped to shape our community. Iris, it has been a privilege, my dear, to get to know you. I'm so excited for you to take this next step and can't wait for all of the amazing things you will do. Here are a few words from my fellow adolescent guide, John Mark.
Hello there. My name is John Mark, and I work with Kelly as one of the guides in our adolescent community. It's my pleasure to introduce Iris to you. One of the things that I like so much about my work in our school is we get to know our students really well. In that regard, Iris has just been refreshing. It seems to me that we live in a time of big egos, and sometimes not always based on much. Iris, as it turns out, has a towering intellect and is also skilled in multiple arts. She has much that she could brag about, but I have never heard her do it once. I do believe that Iris might be constitutionally incapable of making herself feel better at someone else's expense. She seems, I think, to split her time between taking care of her own business and thinking of ways that she can make her corner of the world a better place. Iris, it's just been such a pleasure to get to know you and watch your skills and your personality unfold over the last 3 years. Thank you for that. I wish you all the best.
Hi, I'm Alex Swanberg, and I'm graduating from my grade this year. I'm just so Hi, I'm Iris Swanberg, and I'm graduating from 9th grade this year. And I'm just so grateful to have gone to school and to have the teachers that I did, and the experience that I've had, the opportunities to experience these things are truly amazing, and I'm so grateful for them. And the trips and the projects and so many other things helped me learn how to be a person, and making soap and keeping bees and running a microeconomy, learning how to cook, have all been really important to me. And not only my recent experiences, but my early childhood experiences were incredibly helpful to my learning. Miss Chisty and Miss Circe and Miss Fortune and John Mark and Kelly are all they were incredibly helpful to my learning, and they all helped me with exactly what I needed at that time. And this is really how the school system should be. This is how children learn, and I'm so grateful that I got the experience to learn this way. And I am going to Wheaton North next year, and I am prepared because of this school and because of all of the teachers here. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Iris, for those wonderful words. It's lovely to hear your voice and see your shining, smiling face today. Next up, we have the elementary classroom. Hello again, it's 1:15, and that allows us to be ready for the elementary portion of this. I feel like all of you were around for my initial introduction, so I'll just let you know again how these particular sixth graders also are the people that I want in our future, bringing us our spring and all 4 seasons, really. They are people that think really large and execute those plans really well too. They're people that take care of our world and our surroundings and our people. And I'm so grateful for that. I had the pleasure of listening to the lower elementary meeting where quotes were gathered, and it was so clear what an impression they make in the lives of younger students who you would think wouldn't know all of the sixth graders by name or wouldn't know the kinds of projects they worked on this year, but instead they were quick to jump to all the things that they love and admire, including how handsome and beautiful the sixth graders are, but definitely remarking about how helpful and kind and loving and what amazing role models they are in terms of academic work and projects too. So I will turn it over to Emily and Tracy I'll turn it over for Emily to introduce the video that Emily and Tracy have made about all of you. Thank you for being here.
I am extraordinarily proud of this group of graduating 6 years. They have been an amazing group all along. They've never failed to make me laugh and to kind of dazzle me with their endurance for work, the projects that they've undertaken this year. And everything that was amazing and fun and loving and joyful about them in the classroom really translated in this period of remote learning. Within the first couple of days of the shelter-in-place order, I got some emails and some messages from the sixth graders sort of asking like, hey, how should we get ourselves organized here to start this work? And so they really did not miss a beat and are so committed and invested in their own learning and work that and Tracy and I have often joked during this this shelter-in-place order that in some ways they're really ready to enter the workforce. They have handled some of these remote meetings with such grace and humor. And so I'm so grateful that I had this time to spend with them. They have been fun every day. And I hope that you enjoy the video and the things that their classmates had to say about them, and that you feel the incredible and the deep love and respect that we have for this group of people.
Hi guys.
Hey everybody. Welcome to your graduation.
Okay. So we are very regretful that we're not able to be in person with you today to celebrate this with you. But we're really excited to at least have the opportunity to tell you what's on our minds and to share with you what your classmates think of you on this day of your recognition. I'll start off and then get over to Emily here. But one of the things that I really love about my job is that I get to welcome you into the elementary, and I get to coach you through those skills of developing reading and learning how to do arithmetic. And then I get to have a front row seat to watch you take those skills over to the upper level and use them as tools that you have in your toolbox to explore and create those huge projects and go on those big trips. And I just love that. I love seeing the whole thing play out. And one thing I have never gotten to do with any other class, though, is to get to watch a class handle a worldwide crisis. That's a new one. And, one of the things I always think as a parent that I've experienced a few times is watching my children go through something tough. Afterwards, when everybody's okay and everything worked out, you kind of look back and you go, I'm almost grateful that happened because I got to see what my kid is made of. And I feel like this year we have had an opportunity to see what you guys are made of, and we are so impressed. I've watched you handle this amazingly with patience and humor, sometimes maybe a little too much humor. I've heard some things, but I'm just so very impressed with the character that you have all shown, and I just wanted to have the opportunity to tell you that and to let you know how grateful I am to have had a small role in you guys kind of turning out to be the people that you are. And I'm really impressed with you. Okay. And with that, Emily, I'm going to take it away.
Well, I'm going to start today's conversation in comments about Kayla. And if we were in all together, everybody would say, Kayla. Okay. So Kayla, when I think about you, I think that you might be the graduate who is most likely to establish a DIY empire. Kayla, if you don't know, is all in when it comes to cooking or experimenting or crafting or making slime. And it is equal parts fun and amazing to watch her stay calm in the middle of a big project that might not be progressing according to her or anyone else's plan. And she's just sort of this eye of the storm. Kayla keeps her sense of humor. I've seen it with the chemistry of candy work, making a Sierpinski pyramid large enough for a friend to sit inside, art projects, new math lessons and skills, and miraculously even the editing process, which is hard for everybody. Kayla cares deeply about her friends and classmates and is often the one who goes to them to try and cheer them up when they're frustrated or down. And Kayla, your friends and teachers appreciate your steady presence, your commitment to practice work until it's been mastered, and your just gameness to try new things. It's impressive to watch. It serves you so well, both socially and academically. And we are going to miss you so much in this environment next year, but we know that your future teachers and coaches are going to love working with you as much as we have. And here's what your classmates have to say about you. I'm gonna pause for a second because.
Okay, Kayla, your classmates had this to say about you. I like that she includes everyone always. She never leaves anyone out. Very funny, an amazing artist, a great gummy maker. Kayla is very funny and a great friend. If you are sad, she can always make you laugh. I'll miss Kayla. I will miss her doing TikTok dances when Emily is not looking. What? I love being in projects with her. She's a good person. I will remember all of the great and funny memories. Kayla is awesome. I like you. You are very tall. She is really funny and nice to everybody. It's really fun to sit with her at our lunch table. She has great jokes and is super funny. She's a really good friend. She's really nice. I like that she wears things she can be active in. They look like they won't get holes in them easily. I like her outfits. She makes good crafts like the Sierpinski pyramids. You are the best sister. And you grow really fast. Have fun in a different school. You are the best person. She has cool scrunchies.
True. Kayla.
Congratulations, Kayla. We're going to miss you a lot.
We are.
Okay.
So our next honoree is Sophia Benson. One of the first things that comes to my mind when I think of Sophia is the word and this idea of grit. She is an athlete who is fearless when it comes to throwing herself, like her whole self, into a game and an activity. She's willing to also go all in when it comes to working with her friends. And on top of that, though, she's really patient and kind with the younger students in our community. Sophia has the energy and endurance for big work. She's also a good friend. One of Sophia's many superpowers is being social. She's attuned to the world around her. She knows how her friends are feeling, and she cares greatly about their well-being and happiness. And she's often one of the first people to jump in when friends need help working something out. And she's unafraid to put in the work, the actual hard work that goes with being a good friend and good friendships and healthy friendships. And it's been a pleasure to watch Sophia grow and gain confidence in herself and her significant abilities. As one of her friends says in the comments, what you're going to hear is that she's sassy, but in a good way. And I would agree with that if we could think of the word sassy as meaning strong and capable and tough and smart and committed. We will miss working with you so much, Sophia, but are excited by all the great things that we know are in your future. And here's what your friends have to say about you.
Okay. Sophia, you always help anyone you see who is down. I have to say, when I was collecting the quotes from the early L, many of them repeated that. When she was the lunch manager, she was really nice when it was time to clean up our plates. She always has a smile. She's nice to sit with at lunch. She is another amazing artist, as well as being a very nice person, a great project idea person. She's a good friend. She's funny and nice. She's sassy in a good way. She's really fun to be on the laundry job with. She's a good friend. She cheers me up if I'm feeling frustrated or sad. She's such a nice person. She's smart. It was nice when you helped anyone who needed it. She was a good mentor. She has really good aim when she's throwing a ball. She's amazing and very funny. Her jokes are hilarious. She's fun to play with and very nice. I'm glad you were my mentor.
Sophia Benson!
Yay, everybody! Yay, Sophia!
Next, we're going to talk about Jane Rogers. The first thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about Jane was what an avid reader she is, and how hard it is to keep her in books. Like, she just plows through them. But also what popped into my mind was soccer player and overall athlete, artist, and friend. Jane, when I think of Jane, I think of her kind of running rings around just about anyone. She has this incredible energy, and she has endurance both on the playing field and in the classroom. And she likes and has always liked big work. She came into our elementary environment looking for big projects, and she did this great work every year. And her 6th grade year was no exception. Along with a group that included Sophia and Kayla, she tackled taxonomy, like all of it, and Sierpinski triangles and pyramids. She is an ace with a glue gun. Her talents are formidable. Her work was both a model and an inspiration for other students in our environment, both her peers and the younger students. But that doesn't mean, and I don't want to give you the idea that her friends and classmates don't also know that they can't count on Jane for a lot of fun. She's not above getting silly, and her friends and classmates enjoy her sense of humor, as do her teachers. Everybody knows that when Jane joins a game that she's all in, but she's a fierce competitor that still manages to be a good sport, which is a huge gift. And Jane, to me, sort of has always proved that you can be many things at once, driven and compassionate, an athlete and an artist and an empath. She expects a lot from herself, and she's understanding and accepting of those around her at the same time. I love how she can get lost in a good book, a good conversation, and a good laugh or goof around with her friends. And I will miss her sense of energy and fun. And here's what your friends had to say about you, Jane.
Okay, Jane, thanks for being my mentor. She's a nice friend. She's funny. I like playing with her. She's a cool person, and she makes awesome art. She is a great player of sports, no matter which one. She is a great role model. She's awesome at soccer. Jane is really good at crochet and at sidewalk art. She's really nice. When you're sad, Jane makes you happy. She's always happy. She makes me laugh. She's really funny. She's good at building igloos. She's a good person and a good athlete. She's really cool. She's good at soccer. She has great sportsmanship. She's good at any job. She helps others. She can make anyone happy. She's caring. Anyone who needs help, she will help them. She does great projects for the Work Expo. She's a great person. She's tall. She is a good goalie in softy hockey. I have lots of silly memories of her from being at her lunch table.
Jane Rogers, everybody! Jane!
Hi, Jane.
The next person we're going to talk about is Gavin Arena. And when I think of Gavin, I think about how he's always sort of displayed wisdom beyond his years. He's able to see what encouragement his friends need, and he's willing to lend a hand when someone needs coaching on how to resolve a disagreement or how to speak respectfully. He's also an ace with cardboard and a glue gun, and always willing to jump in and lend a hand to others creating anything. He has, along with a group of students that include Max and Isaac this past year, engineered some incredible things
including some very realistic tanks and bridges. Gavin is thoughtful and articulate. We can always count on him to offer solid advice. And he has good jokes and a great sense of humor. He's a great coach and a teacher with the younger students in our school community. The primary kids follow him and his fellow 6 years around like they're rock stars. But one of the things that I appreciate the most about Gavin is how he approaches his work with others with the spirit of openness and honesty. And he appreciates and sees the gifts that other people bring to their work, and he can speak fluently about those things. And he's also really candid when he realizes that he might like to or need to do something a little bit differently. And that's something that I've seen people more than triple or quadruple Gavin's years and age not do as well as he does. I have been so grateful to Gavin for the perspective and compassion that he brings to all of his work in our classroom community. And I'm going to miss having him in the upper L. Gavin, here's what your friends have to say about you.
Okay, Gavin. Gavin is a great general, an awesome friend, and a good softie player. He is an understanding friend. He is good with the pets. He's good at dodgeball. I will miss your jokes. He has good hair. He is so nice. He includes everybody. He's cool and really funny. He organized the cardboard contest. I think that might have been from the lower L. He's a good brother. Not sure who that was. He's really nice to everyone. He makes great art. He likes to help people when they need it most. Someone just sent this heart. His heart is in the right place. He's handsome. He's fun to have at lunch. He has a great laugh. He's the most patriotic Bears fan I've ever met. Go Packers. I have some clues there as well.
I do too.
He has good jokes and is a good person. He makes everybody laugh and is nice. He's really good at softie hockey.
Gavin Arena, everybody.
We'll miss you, Gavin.
We will. Next, we're going to talk about Max Wechter. Max, your friends, when we were getting comments from them, all commented on your cool sense of style and what a great friend you are. And I agree with them on both counts. You are a great friend. I've watched you in action with your classmates and the younger children in our community your entire time in our elementary program. If someone gets knocked over, you're often the first one there to help them up and to dust them off. When a younger friend needs encouragement in a game, you offer it to them and they puff up. They feel so proud to have been acknowledged and noticed by you. What I've also enjoyed always about you is how quietly driven you are. You generate a great deal of work and immerse yourself in multiple projects at a time. This was really common for me to start to go through the inbox and be like, Max, there's like a bazillion pages in here. You also have a great sly sense of humor, which I have come to enjoy and appreciate throughout the years here. And I really enjoy it when something strikes you as funny, seeing you laughing and sort of giggling to yourself and knowing like, oh, it's so hard to stop. And your sense of humor also always shows up in your sketches and your doodles and your work. I will miss that marginalia. You are artistic and kind and an amazing athlete. And it's been a pleasure to watch you grow and develop into a quiet leader and role model for our younger students. It's also fun to watch you interact with our classroom pets and gut out some rabbit litter box deep cleaning. So we are grateful for that. You are a kind, motivated, and hardworking student, and I see how much your classmates value your friendship, and I hope you know how much we have valued having you here. This is what your classmates have to say.
Okay, Max. Max was a great mentor to me. He's a good friend. He helped me get better at 500. He has the biggest personality and is the coolest guy. I like his style. He is an amazing softie offensive, a great tank maker, and one of the nicest guys I know. He's a good person and a good ball player. He's always nice. We had a great work expo project. He always does lots of work. He has lots of friends because he's a good friend. He's an amazing person. He's good at everything. He always has a smile. He likes helping people. I liked it when he worked with me on pizza lunch. He's patient. He says good job to people a lot. He is very funny and very cool. He is a good friend and is fun to play with. He's a funny friend.
Max Wechter!
Yes,
Everybody,
Max.
Max Wechter. Okay. And we're going to talk now about Isaac Tamling. Last but definitely not least, in this order. Isaac, I cannot believe how much you have grown and matured as a student in our elementary environment. You are, without a doubt, one of the kindest, most compassionate people I've ever met. And it has been so fun to get to know all of you and understand your amazing sense of humor. I love your delivery. I think your comic timing is incredible. Your friends have all noted how you make everyone feel appreciated and welcomed, and this is so true. You set, I think, not just for your fellow classmates, but for the teachers here too, an amazing example of accepting and caring about people right where they are. It's a true talent, I think. I have enjoyed your encyclopedic knowledge of prehistoric life, and I feel I learned more about this topic from you than from my membership and many visits to the Field Museum.
He always did really like dinosaurs.
Yeah. And most especially, I have loved watching your confidence grow to match your significant abilities and talents. I enjoy how much you enjoy working and playing with your friends, whether it's football or softie or 500 or making tanks. You're a good sport and a good coach, and your empathy and care for all of our classroom pets is a wonder to watch. And I know that this love and empathy extends to your four-leggeds at home. I'm just going to add the word chinchillas. Thank you for being this incredible, kind presence in our community. And I'm so grateful to have had the chance to know you, I have the chance to know you and have had the chance to work with you. And here's what your friends have to say about you.
Okay, Isaac. He is cool. He is a kind person. He's nice and funny to everyone. He makes everyone feel liked. He's a great friend. He has a cool hairstyle. He's funny and, well, funny. He has a great personality. He's good at softie hockey. He's a good team captain. He makes sure everyone gets a chance to be goalie. He's an amazing person. He's a good pizza lunch organizer. He's awesome and nice. He's good at making people happy when they're sad. He's funny when he copies the way I throw the ball in 500. He loves helping with the pets. He's very smart. He's nice and funny to everyone. He makes everyone feel liked. He has nice hair. He's funny and cool. He makes people laugh. He's a good person. He has the most impressive hair out of all the 6th grade. He is also a wizard with cardboard.
All true. So, Isaac Tamling, everybody.
Isaac.
Yay, Isaac. Before we go, I want to just echo what Mrs. Fortune said at the beginning of this, is that before the shelter-in-place situation, we relied on these 6 years for a lot throughout the year. We looked to them to model good choices in our classroom and to help their younger friends out, to lend a hand with jobs around the whole school community. And they always modeled how to be an encouraging, supportive, and responsible community member and friend. And all of those qualities that made them amazing in our classroom translated and continued to shine, I think, when during our imposed remote learning. And it has been a privilege and a joy to share this time with you in our environment. And I want to thank you guys for your flexibility and your grace and your determination that you've demonstrated all in the face of such disruption. We are so, so proud of you. So thank you.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys. We love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Those of you who may be logging out, I just want to tell you again, thank you so much for being with us for that portion of the ceremony. Feel free to stick around. We'd love to have you. I think we are at a lot of participants, but not too close to our maximum. So if you are logging out, go ahead and log out fully just in case we need to be able to log in more participants throughout this time. Stay safe and be well, everyone that's tuning out. It looks like I'm on time to go ahead and start with Mrs. Burdick's class. So if you will bear with me, I'm just gonna repeat a little bit of my intro. So if you've been with me all along, you'll hear it again. I'd like to thank you all for being here today. You, as part of our school family, mean so much to us. We're grateful for your children and the joys that they bring to school every day. And we're grateful for your family choosing an alternative education for them and being part of Wheaton Montessori School. I also would like to take a moment to say how proud I am of everyone, for teachers and students, your children, for how they have responded to these more recent weeks and months, and how nimble and adaptable they've been in creatively solving problems and connecting and keeping these relationships alive. So thank you for your help in that and for raising awesome children. I recently read a quote by Corita Kent, who the quote made me think of today, especially because it felt full of hope and all of the good attributes that I feel like we're helping to build in the future generations through things that we're doing in our classrooms and in our school and your families. So what she said is, this new life is a world of people creating a new spring. How we live will make a difference. You can bring the spring. So far, the crocuses have always come up. So with Mrs. Burdick's class, I think specifically about how those oldest children in her classroom run errands to the office, bring their little bits of spring to us, how they run errands throughout the whole campus, and you know, they're always smiling and singing and problem solving and planning ahead and making sure their classrooms are well stocked and prepared and that they have their needs met. Such strong executive function skills. So in that way, keep bringing your spring. And I will turn it over to Elizabeth Burdick, their teacher.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Burdick, and I am the proud teacher of 6 amazing kindergartners this year. And I just want to say what a privilege it has been to be your teacher. And I am sorry, but at the end of your video, I did choke up a little bit and I cried just a little bit. So I held it together for the whole thing, and then at the very end, and I just couldn't redo it just because I cried at the end. So just know it's because I love you all so much. Here's the video.
Hello, and welcome to our kindergarten recognition ceremony. I'm glad that you get to be here and to watch this. I'm glad that I get to be here to share my thoughts with you and to share all of your friends' thoughts about each of you. Yesterday, Lucy and I planted a garden, and now we're waiting to see what will grow, how it will grow, and maybe sometimes it's going to be a mystery because we didn't mark where all of our seeds were going. And do you know what? 3 and 4, maybe just 2, maybe even just 1 for Audria. Years ago when I met you, I didn't know what you would be like when you were kindergartners. I knew you would be sweet and delicious, just like those carrots that I planted. But I didn't know what kind of work you would like. I didn't know what kind of errands you would like to run. I didn't know what would inspire you. Just like I don't really know how my carrots are going to turn out, or my tomatoes, or my cucumbers or peppers, and I planted some hot peppers too. So, 1 year ago for Audria when I first met you, I didn't know anything about you either. So, but I did all the right things to help you to become exactly who you are And you did all the right things to become just the right person you are. So I'm so glad to celebrate all of these years with you. I'm going to start with Patrick. Now, Patrick, this is my story. Patrick, in this classroom, every year there's always a couple of kids who become the ones who can run the errands, who thrive on running errands and doing all of those extra little things to help the classroom run so smoothly. And for us, that boy this year was Patrick. That child this year was Patrick. Patrick thrives on running to get the paper towels, or fetching the milk, or running notes to someone else, to another classroom, or emergency running to get copies, anything like that. And we can count on Patrick. We can count on Patrick for so many wonderful things. And that's just one of my stories about what we count on Patrick for. Now, your friend said this about you. He's really good at working. He knows how to use a calculator. He likes the stamp game. He helps me with golden beads. He dances with me. He plays with me. He likes to work. I like working with Patrick because he is really good at stuff. So I like him to teach me stuff. What the work is all about. Always lets me play with him. He teaches me work all the time. I like him teaching me stuff. Even if I had a lesson, same as Patrick, he helps me remember. Patrick makes me smile and laugh. He's a good friend. I have fun at recess with him. He has nice ideas. Our next kindergartner we're going to celebrate is Noelle. Now, Noelle came into our classroom 2 years ago, and she was so quiet. And I wondered, who is Noelle going to be like? What is Noelle going to be like when I see who she really is? Well, when I did, I found out that Noelle is incredibly artistic and diligent about her work. And she is one of the few children in all of my 26 years of Montessori teaching that I've ever seen use the multiplication bead bars over and over and over and go all the way to 10 in one day. 10 times 10. So 1 times 1 to 10 times 10. She is a worker bee. So this is what your friend said about you. Noelle likes to read books. So Noelle is really nice. Her voice is nice, even when she's mad at me. I like playing and working with her. She likes to do lots of stuff. Noelle is awesome. I like to play and work with her. Noelle makes me feel good. Being with her is awesome. I like to play and work with her. She's really kind. I watch her using the stamp game. She helped me decorate the back of my number writing. She plays golden beads with me. The next kindergartner we're going to celebrate is Nora. Now, when Nora came to school the first few weeks, she was trying to figure out exactly how the classroom worked. And do you know we have a little wooden shoe over by our globe? It's about this big. And it represents the Netherlands in Europe. And Mrs. Maldonado and I, we use it for polishing in the classroom because it's made of wood. It's a wooden clog with pictures of windmills on it, painted on it. And do you know, Mrs. Maldonado and I looked over one day, and Nora had put that little wooden shoe on the floor, and she had put her little foot inside it. She was trying to squeeze it in there. And she was walking around on a tiptoe, 1 foot flat, one in the shoe, because there's only one, and tiptoeing through the classroom with that shoe clop, 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 clogging behind her. And that was Nora, always full of ideas, always full of good ideas. That's Nora. And this is what her friends say about her. Nora, she gives me a kiss. She plays with me when I visit her house. Her plays with me. Play. Sewing buttons, she showed me. Whenever I needed help, I would go to her. She also played with me. She's a star. She's a really good friend. I love to work with her and learn new things. I like to play and work with her. I like to dance with her. I love her. I like to work and play with her and monkey bars. And even in times like this, I like to chat with her. She's really nice to me, fun to play with, and I like going to Northside Park with her. Our next friend, our next kindergartner we're going to celebrate is Marina. Now, Marina is the person I count on to help me remember the tunes to new songs, or sometimes old songs. It doesn't matter what song. Sometimes the tune goes out of my head, but Marina always remembers the tune. She never forgets it. So I count on her to help me remember how the song sounds. Thank you, Marina. You've saved the day so many times, especially singing circles. Here's what your friends say. Marina, we have different butterfly clothes. Marina is kind. She is fun to play with. She is a nice friend. I play monkey bars and tag with her. That's mostly it. Very good friend. She usually likes to play fairies and princesses. I like it. She play with me. She do stuff with me too. She came to my birthday. I play with her. Sister. I don't know who said that. I do golden beads with her. I run with her. I like singing with her. She plays with me. She dances with me. She helps me and plays with me. Our next kindergartner we're going to celebrate is Audria. Now, Audria started school with us last summer, so we just met her almost a year ago. And when Audria came in, I knew right away that she liked to help others. She likes to be a leader, and she watches the teachers so that she can help other children the way the teachers do. One of the best times I remember watching her do this was when she had 2 children in front of her with movable alphabets, and she was helping them to write words with the movable alphabet, 3-letter words, not long ones, just short ones. But they were new at the movable alphabet, and Audria was so good at it. And every time she would say, well, what do you hear next, pumpkin? And it just made me smile and laugh because she has watched what all of us do so much and just embedded herself in the classroom in such a short time. And here's what your friends say about you. Audria, she's really nice. And when the students drop their pencils or other stuff, she says, can I pick that up for you? She likes to play with me. She's a kind friend. I like to watch her. I like to play with her. She's very nice to me. She's a kind friend. She usually likes to play Pokemon. She helps me pick up my pencils and stuff. I like doing golden beads with her. I like playing with her. She's really neat. I like working and playing with her. She's really nice to me. She always does work with me. I like to play with her at recess. She likes black clothes. That's true. I think at one time you said that was your favorite color. She always plays with me and teach me how to do new work. Our last kindergartner we're going to celebrate today is Aksu. I have known Aksu as long as I have known Nora because I had their older brothers in class. So when Aksu and Nora came in, they came in together. But I don't think they noticed each other too much because they were so little, and when you're little, you don't notice each other too much. But Aksu came in and she loves to sing and dance. And when she was just a 3-year-old, just an itty bitty 3-year-old with all sorts of hair flying all over the place, she would sing for all of her friends over within the practical life area. And she would start singing, and before I knew it, she had a little crowd in front of her doing the itsy bitsy spider all the time, all of her body just shaking and jiggling and dancing and happy, happy, happy. And that's who Aksu is still today. She still loves to lead a group and help everyone to get to sing and to dance along with her other friends. This is what her friends say about you. Aksu, she helps me make a map. I like to play with her. I like to sing with her. I like to play with her. One day I saw her at Starbucks. Hugs. She helped me with the movable alphabet. It's sort of like tag. She runs and I like to find her. She always plays with me. She teaches me how to do new work. She plays with me the most. She likes to teach me how to do monkey bars. She makes me happy. She's a good friend. Working, playing, lots of stuff, but most things I like doing with her is being her friend. Play. She helps me and plays with me. Well, that concludes all of our kindergartners. And I just want to tell you, you guys have been a real treat to work with. So I'm sorry I teared up. Just like every other kindergarten recognition ceremony, the teachers have to cry a little bit. But you guys are really special. So I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful summer, and you should come back and visit.
Thank you. Now we have Mrs. Carrillo's classroom, and the special gifts that this classroom bring to us are that they are a pioneer of a new community. So they have started that classroom and been the role models there, and they are wonderful at showing their love, their care, and communication skills. So we appreciate them so much, and I'm grateful for the spring that they bring, full of hope and resilience and enthusiasm. Mrs. Carrillo.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. This is a wonderful day of joy and celebration, even if we have to do it from afar. I'm so proud of these 7 kindergarten honorees, and I love them very much. And thank you for continuing to stay connected through this crazy time. I appreciate each of you and your families. And here's the video that I made for you.
Good morning. Thank you so much for being here today with us. I feel so grateful to have had these 7 amazing humans in my classroom. And it has been a joy to work with this kindergarten team over their time here with us. So I'm going to take some time to talk about each child individually and to share a little bit about what their community thinks about them. Amelia. Amelia, I admire your spirit and your determination. When Amelia came into our community, she was hesitant to try things that she thought she would not master immediately. But her curiosity got the better of her, didn't it? And after her initial hesitation, she jumped right in with 2 feet and never looked back. Amelia is a leader, a reliable friend, and knows a lot about a lot of things. Amelia, here's what your friends had to say about you. I like that Amelia is smart and she knows what to do very often. I like playing secret writing with her. I like playing with her. I like playing tag with Amelia at recess. I like that she works hard. I love her. Amelia taught me a lot of games and the differences of stones and rocks in the recess classroom. She's my friend. She's helpful. I like her voice. I like that she's the oldest kid in my class. She helps me and she works really hard. I love that she plays with me and she is so nice. She's my best friend. Amelia is such a good friend and she helps me have fun when we go to the library. Amelia is loving because she helps me with the division board. She collects sparkly things a lot, like treasures. Amelia, it's been a privilege to have you in the classroom, and we know that you will thrive wherever you go. Violet. Violet, I admire your inner strength and kindness. We can always count on Violet to lend a helping hand. I know that Violet observes the classroom carefully and loves to help out her friends who might be struggling. She just looks around to see who needs a hand and jumps right in. She's a quiet, confident leader and loves to play and work with everyone in the classroom and in all the classrooms. Violet, here is what some of your friends said about you. I like that Violet is so kind and always asks me to play with her. I like playing with Violet. I love her. I really like playing hide and seek with Violet. I like that she's nice. I like that Violet plays with me. She is always happy to help too. She's my friend. I like her dog shirt. I like that she helps me. She works with me and she works really hard. She never gives up. She doesn't interrupt when we're talking and she plays with me. I work with Violet a lot, and I sit with her at lunch. She always steps in when things are unfair. She helps others when they need help. She always talks about nice things like rainbows and unicorns. One time she was telling a fairy story, and it made me feel happy. You're a great friend. I like that. Violet is my best friend. Violet, we love you and we'll miss you in this community, but we know you're moving on to great things in first grade. Frankie. Frankie, I admire your energy and your work ethic. Frankie loves to work with her friends. She tells funny stories and always enjoys a good running game on the playground. When something falls to the ground, Frankie's the first one to run over and help pick it up. Frankie, you have a wonderful heart and you always make sure your friends are included in games. Frankie has a very strong sense of justice that will serve her for life. And Frankie, here is what your friends had to say about you. I love that Frankie's so smart and she helps me read when I have trouble. And she's also very kind. I like that Frankie plays with me. I like everything about Frankie. I like that she's nice. Frankie is nice and I like her. Frankie likes to race with me and play lots of games and other things. She's my friend. She's a good reader. Oh, it's easy to think of nice things about Frankie. She's always been so nice to me, and she has so many friends. I feel like her having so many friends means she's super nice. She's always been my best friend, and I will like her always. She's also really great at any kind of reading work. Frankie is always really sweet and includes me. Thank you for being kind to the world. I love her. I like to play with her, and she invites me to play with her. She works a lot, and she works so hard, and we can't interrupt her. Frankie, thank you for being part of our community. We love you, and we know you're going to do wonderful things in first grade. Abigail. Abigail, I admire your leadership skills and your kind heart. I will never forget during Abigail's second month of school when she was working with a friend who was struggling on the chalkboard. I overheard her say to her struggling friend, "Never give up. Keep going. You can do it. I believe in you." And from that day on, Abigail has been a cheerleader in our community. She doesn't give up on herself and she won't let anyone give up on themselves. She is a wonderful gift to this community and she's also a wonderful artist. And Abigail, let's hear what some of your friends had to say about you. Oh, I like her voice. She's nice. I like that Abigail is so kind and she's also so smart. I like when she plays with me and we have a fun play date. I like when Abigail plays Lava Monster with us. I like that she's my friend. Abigail loves to play with all the children in the class. I like doing the movable alphabet with Abigail. She always invites me to games that she's playing. She's nice. She always offers to clean up after lunch. She's always open to suggestions that anyone else makes. She's so fun to make plans with, too. Abigail is always so sweet to the world. She's a good friend. She sent me a letter. It was so kind. I like that she sings. I love her. Abigail, it's been a joy having you in our community, and we know you're going to go on to wonderful things in first grade. Annika. Annika, I admire your kindness and dedication to your friends and your quiet confidence. I have seen Annika guide a young child who is struggling with his work more than once. I've seen her time and again on the playground, making sure that all of her friends are included and understand the rules of the game, and checking in with children who feel sad or left out. Annika is also a dedicated artist. Annika, let's see what your friends had to say about you. I really like playing the red box verb game with her in the classroom. I like that she's my friend. I like that Annika works hard in the classroom. Annika's my friend. She's nice. I love her. I like that Annika would help me with the golden beads. She's so nice. She always takes turns. Oh, Annika, that's easy. She's always so smart and hardly needs help with anything. She's really good at working by herself or working with other people. Annika is great at making up games. Annika, thank you for being good to me and helping me be brave when I was missing my mom at swim class. Annika is loving, kind, and peaceful. She always plays with me outside. Annika, we will miss you dearly in our community, and we know you're going on to great things in first grade. Lydia. Lydia, I admire your ability to stick with things even when they seem tricky. And I admire your loving kindness. You're always willing to give a helping hand to a friend in need, and you especially enjoy showing others how to make a bow on the bow tying frame. And you take on new lessons and challenges with an open heart. You're always willing to give it a try. Annika, Lydia, let's see what your friends had to say about you. I like that Lydia has a kind heart and is nice to people. I love that we're in the same lane in swim class, and even if one of us moves to a different lane, we still wave to each other. I like that Lydia plays with me. She is fun. I really like that Lydia is so nice to everyone, that she's nice to me when we work together. Lydia has really fun games to play. She's my friend. I like that Lydia does matching shapes with me. I love her. She's good at taking turns. She always shares and invites me to play with her. I like that Lydia has always been so generous and kind. One time when I didn't have anyone to play with, she played with me, and it made me happy, very, very happy. She's always been so great at things like, well, she's the master of a stamp game and a great teacher of the golden beads. It's also kind because she helped me when I still didn't know how to do the bow tie frame. She is nice to me. And Lydia, we know you're going to go on to great things in first grade, and we'll miss you being in our community. Sadie, I admire your wonder and joy and your ability to make every child and every teacher smile. Sadie makes us giggle very often. She tells great jokes and has a wonderful imagination. I always enjoy looking at the beautiful artwork you make to accompany your stories. Thank you for the wonder and joy you bring to our community, and we know that you are going to go on and do wonderful things too. Sadie, let's hear what your friends had to say about you. I like that she's so fun and has a fun imagination. And sometimes when we can't agree on a game, she can find a fun way to play that everyone agrees on. I like that Sadie plays with me a lot. And sometimes we have fun imaginations. I like that she's funny. I love her. I think that Sadie is really silly. She works hard and tries her best. I like that she loves carrots. She is helpful. I like to play with her at recess. I like that she is in our community. She works really hard and helps me with doing work when I'm stuck and when I forget how to do something. She sits with me at lunch lots of times. She's funny and creative. She's funny. When people get hurt on the playground, she thinks of funny things to say to cheer them up. She gives really good hugs. She's really good at sewing. Sadie always makes me smile. Sadie, we'll miss having you in our community and know you're going to move on to great things in first grade. I have been so privileged to work with this wonderful group, as they call themselves, the kindergarten team. They're wonderful leaders. I will miss them dearly, but I know they are all well equipped with the tools in their toolbox to thrive as they move into first grade. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you understand how important this group of children has been in my classroom, in my life, to me personally, and to Wheaton Montessori School. Thank you so much for entrusting your child to me, to our school, and we're so happy that you are part of Wheaton Montessori's community. I love you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christine, and all of your kindergartners. That was lovely. We now move on to Ms. Chisty's class. And if you know anything about Ms. Chisty's class of kindergartners, they are always smiling and dancing and wiggling around, full of enthusiasm and creativity. So keep bringing the spring to us, you all. And here's Ms. Chisty.
Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Chisty, and I am so honored that I got to be with these 5, I'm gonna cry, thanks, 5 great kids for this year and in previous years. So, darn it, every year. I will miss you, but I know I'll see most of you on the playground, and I love you. So here's your video. Hello, welcome to our virtual kindergarten recognition ceremony. I wanted to start by saying how fortunate I have been to know these 5 children for as long as I have. Somebody since they were an infant. They're really great kids, and they're always going to be special to me because I have them as my students and I consider them like my kids. But they're also going to be special to me because we lived through this crazy time together. So that being said, I would like to start off with a quote that one of the youngest children sent in, and she said, "I like hugging them. I love them all because they are all so nice to me, and I keep them all in my heart." And I think that's pretty much how we feel about each other, but most particularly these kindergarten students who have had such a great impact on our class, even from far away. So we're going to start with Miss Mackenzie, who I have been fortunate enough to know for so long, who started as a teeny tiny peanut in the classroom, and is vivacious and excited about school and eager to help, and is just a really good friend and super positive, always likes to try new things. So Mackenzie, here are what some of your friends said about you. "I like that she is good at reading. She plays outside with me, she shares with me, and does stuff with me at home. I like to build tooth fairy houses together. Mackenzie is so smart. She likes to play on the monkey bars with me and also do the movable alphabet with me. I like doing the golden beads with her. I like that we were friends as babies, and I like that we did the golden beads together at school. I miss Mackenzie. She is so awesome, and she gives me lessons, and she's already a kindergartner." So thanks, Mackenzie, for being such a wonderful impact on our classroom. We all appreciate you. The next person I'd like to talk about is our good friend, Kevin, who is a super creative kid who thinks outside the box and inspires kids in a lot of different ways. So Kevin, my dear, this is what some of your friends said about you. I like when I sit next to him and he shows me the picture he made. One time he made a ninja bunny with a laser and a sword. Kevin is the funniest guy in the classroom. He does fractions with me. My favorite thing about Kevin is that he makes funny faces and he tells lots of good jokes. I like that he always does hard work. He likes to play hide and seek and tag with me. Kevin is really nice. I like that he plays funny games with me. So Kevin, your friends love that you are creative and funny and that you play with them and you do hard work. Thank you so much for being those things and doing those things with our friends. I appreciate you. On to Lucas. Lucas, who I have also known since he was a little munchkin. You haven't lived until you've heard Lucas laugh, his big, full belly laugh. Lucas has a great sense of humor and really loves to help other kids. One of the favorite things that he liked to do was to read to the younger children. So let's find out, Lucas, what your friend said about you. He reads books to me and plays games with me and plays outside with me. I like to play Grinch with him. When Liam was sad at drop-off, Lucas would always hold his hand and walk with him and make him feel better. Lucas helps me with the sandpaper letters, and he is really funny. Lucas plays with me and shows me where things go. He helps me out a lot. He's my brother, and I like that we are both together in the same class. I hope that he gives me lessons. I miss playing outside with Lucas. Miss Chisty sings the loudest, but besides Miss Chisty, Lucas is the one who sings the loudest. Lucas, you are fun to play with, and thank you for helping me with sandpaper letters. So Lucas, you're well-liked and you are well-loved, and we appreciate everything you've brought to the class, but most particularly your great big belly laugh. I love that about you. So now we're gonna go on to Miss Mira, who I have known Mira since she was just a few weeks old, and she came to her brother Owen's orientation when we were in the middle building. So I have known her a very, very, very long time. And she is curious and funny and a good friend, and this is what her friend said about her. You are a good friend. You help me with map work and painting. I like working with you. She likes to play and drink with me. We like to jinx each other. I love that Mira helps me with the movable alphabet. I like that she and Carissa play games with me. She is pretty and always nice to me. She is fun to play with. I like that she plays with me outside, and she's my BFF. Mira helps me with my lessons, like when Miss Chisty gave me a lesson on the golden beads. Thanks, Mira, for always helping out and setting a great example for all of the children in the class. And I hope that you have a wonderful start in elementary. Last but not least is my good friend, Carissa, who I was fortunate enough to have her older brother too. And Carissa comes every day wanting to be the best friend and helper she can be. And it's something that I so appreciate about her. So thanks, Carissa. Hear what your friend said about you. She plays funny games a lot and does the 1,000 chain with me. She holds my hand when I'm trying to find work to do. Carissa plays with me outside. Carissa helps my heart. She likes to do the alphabet and shapes with me. Carissa, you are fun to talk to at school. Carissa has a very soft voice. I like eating lunch with her and playing outside together. I like her because she is so nice and she helps me. So I think one of the things that we can take away from all of this is that even though we've been apart, even the youngest children remember the kindergartners and love them and appreciate them. And that is going to continue on even when they go to first grade, whether it's here in our elementary program or in a more traditional school setting. I know my life will not be the same for the better for knowing these 5 children and working with them. So thank you, children, and thank you, families, for being such a wonderful part of this community. I love you.
That was really well said, Miss Chisty. Thank you. I just want to get a confirmation that 2:20 is the right time for Mrs. Rogers' class. Is that good to go? Mute me if I'm speaking too soon for Mrs. Rogers' class. Okay, I am I'd love to welcome all of Mrs. Rogers' class to the presentations today too. And sticking with my bringing the spring theme, I will let you know that when I think of Mrs. Rogers' group of kindergartners, I think about the poetry and illustrations and love of books and their eagerness to learn and be together. It's a lovely class, and I'm so grateful for their enthusiasm and hope that they bring with their spring. Thank you. Here's Mrs. Rogers.
Okay, guys, few comments. What I wanted you to know, first of all, is that when you hear the comments from your friends, I was shocked and astonished by their clarity and their the specific, I can't say the long word, how specific they were in the compliments and their observations about you. I didn't make anything up. It's going to seem like I did, but I did not. Your peers know you very well, and I think the gift that you've given them is that you've allowed them to know you so well. And you'll be able to see that they know how smart you are and how articulate you are, because that's evident in their comments about you. I really was, I had to pause and think carefully about each one, because I almost couldn't believe that such young people could say such wonderful things about their peers. Gao, I love you. Zara, I love you. Cameron, I love you. Emerson, I love you. Ariana, I love you. And I hope you enjoy the video very much. There are so many things that are unusual about this year of the quarantine and celebrating graduation with some kids I love very much. But what the biggest oddity that I'd like to note is that although we've been apart for many weeks now, I've never felt closer. I've been in your homes, I've seen your messes, I've seen your cheers, I've seen your smiles, all of which we see at school, of course, but I feel like I've been a part of your lives in a different kind of way, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so happy that you're graduating, because you are all so ready. I'm going to read the things that your friends said about you and add a few highlights of my own, starting with our good friend Emerson. Emerson brought so much joy to our classroom, so much happiness, so much dance, so much laughter, so much love. The kids look up to you and want to be near you, the little kids in our class. When they come to school each day, if they're not feeling quite ready, often we'll go to Emerson and sit down beside her close with their legs crossed quietly, so they can be next to the big work that she's doing and feel comforted by her presence, because she is always a comforting presence and always a source of joy for all of us. Emerson, your friends say about you, you are a very good friend. Almost everybody said that. When other kids feel sad, she's the first person to go over to help them feel better. That's so true. When kids in our class are having a bump in the road, Emerson is the person they search for comfort. Emerson loves to work and she loves to be silly. I love that those two things go together. You do, Emerson. You love to be serious and you love to be silly. Emerson is cooperative, even when it's hard to cooperate. Isn't that an awesome statement? I try, but she is much better at it than I am. Emerson, you're an inspiration. Emerson loves to dance and to laugh. So true. She's such a good teacher. So true. I like her freckles. We all do, Emerson. We all love your freckles. She is kind and she is happy. Those are beautiful statements, all of them true, and I wish that you can have those words echoing inside of you for the whole rest of your life, because it's awesome. Our second graduate is Ariana. Loved Ariana. You are one of our wonderful, imaginative friends. She has such a gift for pretending and creating magical worlds and inviting others to enter with her. We can all count on Ariana for a beautiful story or a beautiful playground game or an opportunity to create a world that we've never actually seen before. Ariana, your friends say about you, I think she likes me a lot, somebody said. Number 2, Ariana is clever and confident. Wow, I wish that somebody would say that about me. Clever and confident, wow. She helps me with my work. Ariana is a funny and kind person. Lots of kids said that about you, Ariana, that you are funny and kind. Ariana is a good helper. Mrs. Rivera and I would agree, as would your friends. A child said that, but Mrs. Rivera and I would both say that as well. My favorite thing to do is play with Ariana. I think probably there's a list of 6 or 8 kids who would stop whatever they're doing to have the chance to play with Ariana, because you're a good playmate, Ariana. Our third graduate is Gao. Gao, Mrs. Burdick has a phrase, still waters run deep. I've heard her say that before, and I think of Gao as still waters that run very, very deep, but also still waters that they run deep, and also there's so many layers of interest and humor. Gao is so funny, and he's so fun to laugh with. It's surprising when something tickles his funny bone, because he is a good laugher and a good joker. I love the things that people said about you, Gao, because they were so accurate, and your friends know you so well. My favorite comment, Gao has wise eyes. Isn't that brilliant, Gao? Gao has wise eyes. He is so nice. Almost everybody said that, Gao, about you. You are so nice. Gao is always cooperative. That is true. I've told your parents, your mom that, especially at conferences. Always cooperative at school. A hard worker. That is true. You have an amazing ability to concentrate. Gao is a good student, and he's a good friend to me. Very good at sewing. Gao, your needlepoint is epic. The stitches and the color choice is so beautiful. And somebody else said, this is one of my favorites, I love watching him play with his friends. You know why we love that, Gao, is because whenever we watch you play, you are smiling and laughing and running. And that is a beautiful thing to see every day. Next graduate, our friend Cameron. I started to say Cameron and graduate at the same time, and it came out graduate. Cameron. Lots of good comments about Cameron. I think of Cameron as way older than he is, because I tell you, he's sensitive and he's strong and he's talented and he's smart. So he's got a wonderful combination of qualities and maturity that you ordinarily don't encounter until you get a person much older than Cameron is. And I've had the privilege of watching that happen over just a few short years. Cameron is strong when he needs to be strong, and soft when he needs to be soft. And that's a wonderful combination in a person. Cameron, your friend said so many interesting, honest, loving things about you. Almost everybody said, Cameron, this won't surprise you, I like playing with Cameron on the playground, because you are the king of the playground games, Cameron. Everybody loves to play with you. Cameron thinks of good games to play, and I love him. I like doing the story house with Cameron. You're good at the story house, Cam. I love how he makes up games and lets everybody play. All of the teachers at our school, Cameron, wish that we always had a playground supervisor who did what you have done, which is to think of good games and invite everybody to play. All are welcome. He is so nice. Cameron has helped me a lot with my reading. That's what somebody said. He's a good friend and such a nice boy. I love to play tag with him. Here's a good comment, Cameron. I love him. He is smart and he's fun. All good comments about a very good boy, Cameron. Your friends love you very much. And so do I. Zara, our friend Zara, such an interesting person, and such a joy to share space with Zara. Zara, when your friends got ready to make comments about you, they all said this. They said, oh, I love Zara. And then they said, oh, she's graduating. I'm going to miss Zara. It's true. That's the way I feel. I love Zara, and I'm going to miss Zara. Such a great mind and such a great energy for helping our world be a better place. This is what some of your friends said about you, Zara. She is always nice, and she's a good friend. I like to talk about tennis with her. I think, Zara, you can talk about pretty much any topic and make it interesting for us. She always helps kids when they get stuck with a lesson. She's good at helping people. Mm-hmm. Zara always works hard. That's true. That's true. She gives good lessons, also true. I like studying horses with Zara. You know who said that, don't you, Zara? Well, actually, there's a couple choices. There's a couple people you helped with horses. I like that she likes My Little Pony. That's one of the things we love about Zara, is that she can be very serious about her work, studious and encyclopedic. Also, she can pretend, play games with things that don't really exist. We love that. She is my friend. Zara, a lot of people said that. They always said my. So many of the kids in our class wanted me to know that you weren't everybody's friend, that you were my friend. That was important. She's good at helping people. She cares about people. That's a very astute observation. She's a good writer. Lots of people said that, and they're all right. You are a good writer. I love her very much, and I miss her already. Somebody said that. It wasn't me, though that's the way I feel. So friends, all these comments so true about you. I'm wearing my love shirt so you feel loved. We've got Wheaton Montessori behind you so that you know there's a whole community of people that loves you. And we are all so, so proud of you, the things that you've done in the time that we've been together, your resilience, the things that you've done when we've been apart, the fact that you have been able to leap over this gigantic bump in the road and come out on the other side looking beautiful and strong and smart. You are loved. Happy graduation.
There's nothing I could say that would be better than what the teachers have just said about all of you. So thank you so much for coming. Please hold these words and our love in your hearts. And you always have a home here at Wheaton Montessori School. Thank you. Take care and stay well, everybody.